Say roll around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high.
Hey guys, welcome to Cinematopical. Nate here with Strange Way, and today we have another edition of Rotten Tomatoes score reactions. Today we're going to start with movies opening this week.
That's a little scary. Jumanji doesn't have a score yet. I feel like people would have watched, like, the studio would have wanted people to watch this and be like, you know how you loved the first one? The critics loved it even more the second time.
Well, they might have felt like, hey, the first one did so well, we don't need to spend the money on critic screenings.
That's true.
Yeah.
But a film that did spend the money on critic screenings is Uncut Gems. And is at a 96% of Rotten Tomatoes. I am so excited for this movie. I love Adam Sandler's work in the mid-2000s to the 1990s. And this is something totally different.
Yeah.
The Safdie brothers, they did a Good Time with Robert Pattinson. I fucking love that film as well. Everything you can't do now, they did it anyways. You got Robert Pattinson, like, filling up on underage girls, like, finger fucking them and, like, hiding, like, coke and, like, codeine syrup and shit. Film's insane. And I hope this one's just as crazy as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm really, really excited about this movie. Now that Adam Sandler has made his little statement that if he doesn't win the best actor for this movie, he's going to release the worst movie that he can possibly make, pretty much. I'm even more interested because now I just want to see his performance and see if he seems like he has a chance. At 96%, obviously his performance is going to be pretty damn good because it obviously didn't ruin the film by any means.
I kind of want both.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want to see how bad of a movie he can make.
But just because he gave a great performance, I still want to see if it seems best actor worthy, you know? Yeah. So, but I love that it's at 96%. I was excited about the movie when I saw the trailer, and this makes me more excited to see it.
Another film that I was very excited about the performances. This guy, he was in I, Tonya, knocked out of the park there. He's in a leading role. I forget his name, but Richard Jewell, that movie is at 82%.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood. I'm excited for it. It's not something I'm like, I gotta run to the theater to see.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it too. Although he has not always made the best movies, I like the vibe of Clint Eastwood's movies. They all have similar vibes to me, so I'm excited to see it on that premise, and the other good things that I've heard about are really interesting. I love movies that are based off of true events, especially when they're true events where someone got screwed over and the movie is kind of made with the specific point of, well, making money, because that's why people make movies, but also kind of exposing the corruption behind certain things, so I'm excited for that.
Speaking about corruption, Bombshells at 6% of Rotten Tomatoes, barely fresh. I thought this movie was going to be pretty funny, a mixture of good comedy with a political statement we can talk about and should be made. The person who made this movie had a reason to make it.
Right. My
favorite decade of film is the 70s because people who made movies then, they had a purpose of doing it and a message to send out like this movie. So I was very excited for it for that alone.
Yeah.
Because I felt like this is a movie 30 years from now, when the Me Too movement is dead and people are like, I can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
That's a movie people, like my grandkids are going to, if I have kids, your grandkids, you're the Marion type, go back on and watch and be like, things were like that back then? Oh my goodness. And it has an impact, you know?
Yeah. I think the score may be affected by the fact that it is a very political film. So and it takes a stance. So there is definitely, a large part of the population that probably finds this film offensive because it disagrees with their or attacks political figures that they choose to back for whatever reason.
All of Harvey Weinstein's buddies are giving it 0%.
Yikes! Ooh, but so I'm not going to say I'm surprised by the 60%, but I still plan on seeing it regardless because I know how polarizing this movie could potentially be.
Top box office, we have Frozen 2 at 78% critically fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Haven't seen the first one. Won't go see this one in theaters. That's just too much to see in theaters right at the moment. So I guess that's fine.
Yeah. No surprises at the top of the box office. Anytime a new of these, like a high profile animated movie comes out, it's going to be up there. I probably won't go see Frozen 2 in theaters. I will just wait till it's available to stream, but I will watch it.
Another film I did go and see. You have not, and you probably go see it like you said, which is Knives Out at 96% of Rotten Tomatoes, critically fresh as well.
That there's impressive.
I enjoyed the film. I thought you can read the full thing on Twitter, Strange Wing, somewhere around here. But the characters are so rich, it takes away from the plot.
Okay.
Now, you can
I
take that how
appreciate you
will.
not spoiling the movie. Yeah.
You can take that how you will, but
Yeah, I'm excited to go see it. I have my ticket already for 7 o'clock, so I will have a more informed opinion then. But the fact that it is rated so high, that's the reason I bought the ticket. Because I thought it looked great when the trailer came out, and still looks like most people think it's pretty great. So.
another film I thought looked pretty great I haven't seen yet is a 92% critically fresh Ford versus Ferrari. I can't wait to go see it. It's been out a hot minute. So, I don't know, it's just hard, especially when they throw all the good movies that I do want to see in here instead of spreading them out. It's fucking harder for me to go to the cinema than it is. So, I can't wait to go see this. I'm excited about the 90%. And your thoughts are?
Yeah, same. I haven't seen it yet either. Still really excited to see it. A lot of critics who I follow on Twitter and stuff said that they believe it's a shoe-in for at least a Best Picture nomination. That alone makes me want to go see it. And if it does get that Best Picture nomination, because the nominations aren't too far off, then it'll still be in theaters for me to go see probably, because they're going to try to make some more money off the fact that it got nominated.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I will definitely see this movie before award season rolls around.
Another film I want to see before award season rolls around is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. 95% critically fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
We both loved the Mr. Rogers documentary, and it was our driving force to want to see this movie. It was on my top 5 most anticipated for this year, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. It looks like it has a ton of heart. I'm thrilled about it. I think Tom Hanks is a good casting choice for this movie, and I love the fact that what we're following in the film is really going to be someone who's not Mr. Rogers, and it's just mostly about how it impacts his life.
Yeah.
And so that's neat. I love that.
Something else, as you said, neat. I don't know if people still said that, but I thought this movie was very neat. It was Queen of Slim, 83% Rotten Tomatoes. So far, my favorite film of the year. Just like everything I said for Bombshell applies to now. The movie had a reason to be made, and it was made because of that reason. It's a beautiful take on Bonnie and Clyde, modern day, with the political aspect thrown in there for the reason to make the movie. I love this movie. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely on my watch list. I want to go see it. I'm pretty excited for it as well.
Another film I am excited for is Dark Waters. 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, critically fresh. I just love corrupt government movies because I don't like saying I told you so, but I told you so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about Dark Waters?
Same. Any political thriller or politically based movie, I almost always love them. I'm very excited for it, and I love that it has that high of a rating. It just makes it means it's going to be that much better. So.
Big Adam. I think Adam Driver's in this film, right? Or is that the Amazon Prime one?
That's the Amazon Prime
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo, he's so cool too. A film that isn't cool is 21 Bridges at 50% Rotten Tomatoes. I thought this movie was going to suck from the start, and it looks like it still sucks.
Yeah. I agree. I didn't have much of an opinion on this movie. I thought it was an interesting premise, although it's just a little bit too out there for me.
If this was made in the 90s,
they're not going to...
It would have been great.
You know what? I feel that, because outlandish things in movies were much more acceptable then, but now it's just like, they would never do that. They would never shut down all the bridges to New York City to catch 2 people, unless they were like national terrorist threats, which I haven't seen the movie, so maybe it turns out that they are. But in the trailer, they sell us that they killed cops, and that's why we're after them.
I don't know. I just feel like Chadwick Boseman selling himself short, because last year he made a movie, Marshall, and he got some Oscar love. And then he's in a movie that makes no sense with a 50% Rotten Tomatoes score. So I feel like Chadwick Boseman can do better.
Gotta get paid.
And someone who did get paid is John Cena at his 22% Playing with Fire film. I have no comment on this because it looks stupid.
We watched the trailer. I thought it was gonna be garbage. I'm not surprised it's garbage, and it's
Would
gonna
you say
stay garbage.
a film about the 3 firefighters is hot garbage?
I would.
Whack.
Another film I thought would be hot garbage, and it is Midway, and it has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is rotten.
Yeah.
Too many war movies.
Agreed. I was gonna say
They make them the same way. You know, I feel the same way that about war movies, about superhero movies. they're not the change between each one isn't enough to make me go see it.
Right. Yeah.
This is the case for Midway too.
Yes, there's definitely such a thing as too much of a good thing, and there are some war films that I love, but I am getting kind of burnt out on all the war movies. But
a war movie I am looking forward to is in the coming soon to theater section, and it is 1917, the year you was born, and it has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. This movie isn't a war film. It's a relationship between two guys against the world.
That just happens to take place during a war.
Yeah. And that's yes, you can say it's like the Steven Spielberg all-time classic, Saving Ryan's Privates, but it's two guys.
Yeah.
That means more emotion. Strange Wang loves... There's three things Strange Wang loves in this world. It's movies, darker tone-skinned women, and emotions.
And relationships between two men.
No, I didn't say that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Three things that you like are movies, emotions, and Little Women. Underage because he's weird.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
And that movie's at 96% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that movie. I am a big fan of the novel. I have not loved any of the film adaptations that we got already, but the cast in this one is just phenomenal.
The cast looks amazing.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig. Mm-hmm. I thought, man, I might actually go see this movie. Mm-hmm. But then I finished the trailer. I was like, I ain't going to see that shit. I don't like these old-timey dress-up. That ain't for Strange Wang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not for...
There ain't no black people in the movie.
Yeah, it's definitely not for...
Not even a Mexican or
completely
nothing.
Uncultured people like Strange Wang.
Uncultured. Coming from you like a fucking frat boy. There's more culture in my shirt than in your whole entire body and soul.
Just because you're pretending to be cultured doesn't mean
I'm
you
not
are
pretending.
Cultured.
I'm Strange motherfucking Wang. And this is Cinetopical. Tell us what you think down in the comment section below. A like, share, and subscribe.